And the case will soon be in the hands of the jury. Fox 6's Bill Miston with a closer look now at what's going to happen next. Bill?
Good evening, Mary. 20 jurors impaneled for this trial, 18 remain, and it will be 12 that will ultimately decide the case. Prosecutors have the burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt that Kyle Rittenhouse committed the crimes that he's been charged with. And how the jury reaches its verdict depends on the type of instructions that it's given by the judge and the interpretation of the voluminous amounts of evidence in what has been a very complex case.
It would be ideal if we could finish on Friday, but let's see what happens.
With the case coming to a close, prosecutors and defense now to make closing arguments for their cases. A kid in over his head, armed with a weapon he couldn't legally possess, and killed 2 people. Or a situation of self-defense. Rittenhouse testifying Joseph Rosenbaum twice threatened to kill him. Anthony Huber hit him with a skateboard. And Gage Grosskreutz pointed a weapon at him. And the incidents captured on a number of videos from different angles.
Everyone had access to the videos. And so this is about interpretation of the videos.
University of Wisconsin law professor Ian Main says the trial and closing arguments are about tying together a narrative of events. While the state has the burden to prove beyond a reasonable doubt Rittenhouse committed the crimes he's been charged with, the defense can't just poke holes in the case.
You have to actually construct a different narrative that can be accepted by the jury.
After the length of trial so far and amount of evidence presented before the 18 remaining jurors, those jurors set to be given instructions on possible verdicts and the law, which Maine says could prove crucial in determining the outcome of the case. Late Thursday, prosecutors asking Judge Schrader to consider lesser charges on certain counts, which the judge will have to rule on before instructing the jury that those are an option. Now, 18 jurors remain. One juror dismissed after a joke was made about the Jacob Blake shooting, and another juror was dismissed for medical reasons. So 12 will have to be decided. Well, how will that be done? The judge will ultimately draw names out of a lottery at random, and those jurors will ultimately be the ones who will go into deliberations to return a verdict, which is expected to take about 2 days or possibly longer. And if they can't bring back a verdict of either guilty or not guilty, the judge could declare a mistrial. Mary?
All right. Thank you, Bill.